Hey, what up, everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is EverQuest Project 1999. And today we're on the green server. On the level 54 shaman is what we're gonna do, but I've been noticing you guys kind of like these list videos, so I'm gonna do another one here. So we're just gonna be doing like a dad camp, killing something every 6 minutes or so while I go over a list for you. And today we're gonna be going over 15 things I hate about EverQuest. And I want to say that I love this game. I love this game, but of course there's a few things that you don't like. I'm saying I hate some things about the game, but it is probably my favorite game of all time. So, no shade at all at the game, but there's some things in the game you don't like. So I'm gonna name 15 of them. I don't necessarily agree with some of them, but most of them are mine. I did ask a couple friends to give me some ideas here so I could get a nice list, and there's like 5 of them that I might just I'll mention because other people dislike it. But there's 10, at least 10 that are mine that I totally made the list and was all my stuff. But yeah, some of them might trigger you, some of them you might agree with. So I'm gonna go from probably my least to the one I hate the most, and it's not in that exact order, but it's kind of in that order. So the one you might want to wait till the end because I think the last one might you either really agree with or might trigger you, and then there's a couple in the middle there that the same thing. So I think a lot of y'all are going to agree with a lot of them, and then a couple of them might trigger a few people. So starting here on this screen because it makes for a good thumbnail, not going to lie to you. But let's enter world, and hopefully my camp is open, because that would be crappy if it's not. But I'll go ahead and get started here. 15 things I hate about EverQuest. Number one, really in no order, but kind of in from least to most hated. I have losing your body is one thing I hate about this game. I don't mind like the death like mechanic where you lose experience. You have to go get your stuff. Wherever you die is where you die. It looks like it's open, so cool. I don't mind that part, but the part where your body goes like underground sometimes. Like if I died on the side of this pyramid, my body would disappear into the pyramid. And then if I didn't have my exact location, or if it was somewhere weird, like if you die on a boat and your body floats under the water, then it goes under the ground, under the water, like it's super hard to find it then. Like I hate that part of dying where you can't find your body and it's kind of like it should be above the ground. Like when you die, no matter what, they should put something into the game where it keeps your body above the ground so you can at least see it. But yeah, that's one thing I dislike about the game. Number one, losing your body, just the part where it like goes underground where you can't even see it anymore. And the side of a mountain and the side of a pyramid when you're in water and it goes under the ground, under the water when you're in lava and you can't even see it if it's in the lava. Like I don't like that part. I like everything else about dying. The losing the experience, the having to go back and get it, having to drag it out of a dangerous area where you might die again. I don't mind all of that. Not I don't even want it to like tell me where it is really. I just want to be able to like if I can remember where I died and like a general location, like I want to be able to at least be able to see it. Because why would your body go underground anyway? Like the game's not supposed to be like that anyway. So I gotta make some food and drink here. But the next one, I'll try to keep it snappy here. Like, 20 minutes or so. I don't know. You guys seem to like longer videos. I appreciate that. All right, number 2. So that last one was mine there. Here's another one that I kind of came up with that I thought some people might dislike. It's not like this is one where I'm not like super mad about it or anything. I just figured a lot of people might hate this one. But number 2, I said I got notes here, so I'm not just like going off the top of my head, and it's not going to take forever because I do have notes. I wrote down notes this time, so yeah. Number 2, people forever camping something. So my examples are like the Southern Row AC or like Frenzy, and I'm sure there's many other ones that you guys could say that are way better than my examples. But just for an example, a ranger in Southern Row, like who knows exactly when the ancient Cyclops is going to spawn, and they have a character parked there, and every time at 8 p.m. or whatever it is, they go in to the zone and they go to tracking, and they have like a pretty much an unfair advantage to get special mobs, and they like forever camp it. And you never even have a chance because somebody's always sitting on top of it. And you could put this with like raids for guilds. You could put this many other places, like I don't know, Shardock or Howling Stones, or I'm probably not giving good examples, but that was my example. The Southern Row Ancient Cyclops. Like I tried to go after that a couple times, and there was always a ranger there, like running around with tracking, just ready to go as soon as I even showed up in the zone. So it's people forever camping something. Like maybe when the server first starts and people are camping like the mana stone or whatever, and you just never have a chance because they're just sitting on it and they never leave, or they have it on a timer if it's some sort of timed thing, and they just spawn in with tracking right away, and you just never even have a chance. So I mean, I kind of, that's like I said, that's one I don't mind too much because I feel like it makes it harder, and anything that makes the game harder I kind of like. So I don't mind that one, but I figured some people out there might hate that one, so it's one of those. All right, this one comes from a buddy of mine, Faceless One, and he said, so number 3 here, we got weird alliances you don't think about. So I agree with this one because I remember on my, I think it was Flute Man, my bard, um, I was running from, and I understand, but it was kind of weird at the time. I was running from like bandits in probably Greater Fey or Lesser Fey, one of the two, wherever Kelethan is. I think it's Greater Fey, and I was running from some bandits or some sisters or something like that, and I ran them to the guards. I think I have a whole video, like a whole thumbnail on it, and they just wouldn't help me. Like these people were running after me, trying to murder me, and they would not help me at all, and they just kind of watched me die. So that was one like alliance I didn't know about, but I think that's kind of cool too. Like you never know. And Faceless One's example was like if you're killing a druid and then or if you're killing a bear or a wolf or something, and then a druid walks by, an NPC druid, and then all of a sudden they're trying to kill you too, just because you're killing a bear or a wolf. So that one makes even more sense because I'm the one that attacked the bandits. I'm the one that started the fight with the sisters or the bandits, and then I'm trying to get some help after I can't win the fight. Unless I ran by the camp and they chased me, but like if it's a bear or a wolf, like say you're just running through the zone and all of a sudden a bear attacks you. And then so you're running it to the you're like, okay, this bear's attacking me. Like I didn't do anything wrong, it's attacking me, and then you start fighting the bear and then a druid walks by and starts attacking you. It's like, come on, bro, I wasn't even doing anything. Like this bear attacked me. Gave me rabies. What's going on? It's trying to hump my leg? Leave me alone. Now you're trying to kill me too? What's going on here? So I guess that's probably what he meant was like the druids with the bears and the wolves and all that stuff. So yeah, like weird things you don't think about like that, like a druid walking by while you're fighting a wolf or a bear. That is kind of crazy. I don't mind it too much, but it is kind of unfair sometimes when you die like that. You hate it. Making food and water here. All right, number 4. Are we even gonna get to fights? I gotta buff up and everything. So let me take a little breather from my list, and let's get some buffs on. Gotta get all my buffs on because I like to do that as my shaman. We're at this little dad camp in the Dreadlands. It's not the best one ever, but it is pretty chill, and I thought it'd make good for the video. Number 4. Number 4. We have everything attacks you when you sit. So I had to deal with this in it was Northern Row when I was killing the guards there. Freeport guards, the Northern Row outside the inn, on the path there. I had to deal with this one. Like I'd be killing the guards, and then I would sit down to meditate in between killing the guards, and like everything would attack, like things that are green as grass. You know what I'm saying? Like they are level 1, level 2, level 3. Every time I sit down, they're attacking me. Like I hate that. I think it should be like a level range maybe. And I don't know, maybe it is. I know it's happened, and I know it does happen, and I definitely agree with this one, that just like super green things will attack you while you're sitting there, like knowing they're gonna die. They're basically, self-deleting by attacking a level 60 that's sitting when they're like a level 3 or 4 or 5. So it doesn't really make sense in any way. Like, what's the point of having some green attack you while you're sitting when it's just gonna like die. Like it's not. It doesn't even have its own. It doesn't even have like, um, you know, doesn't even have its own life in mind. Like that's stupid. That's just like a stupid thing. Like it's gonna die if, as long as I'm not AFK, I guess it's gonna die. And even if I am AFK, it's gonna beat on me for a year and not even kill me. So it's kind of stupid. It just messes up your meditation while you're sitting there. So I don't know. It's just kind of annoying to me when something attacks you while you're sitting. You could be in a group, sitting, meditating. Somebody pulls something, they run it right by you. Don't you hate when people do that? That's another thing I hate when people do that. So that's part of this one, I guess. Somebody's pulling, and they're not a good puller, and they keep running everything by, like the cleric or the enchanter who's trying to sit there and meditate, and they keep getting punched in the face, and they have to keep standing up and everything. That's not a good puller. You should keep that in mind if you're pulling. Don't pull things through people who are sitting. And if they're sitting in your way, maybe mention that before. Like, don't just keep doing it like a hole. You know what I mean? Like, tell them, like, hey, can you sit over there because I'm pulling through this area, and they're just gonna punch you in the head every time they come through here. So if you don't mind sitting in that corner over there like a dunce cap, I'm gonna be pulling right here. I'm pulling here. I'm pulling here. You know, but we're meditating. We gotta mesmerize. We gotta give people all kinds of buffs. We gotta heal. Like, think about other people. Don't just think about yourself and only what you're doing. So don't always pull through people and get them punched in the head and make them stand up because it's annoying. And if you're just a little paper wizard or enchanter or something, that can hurt really bad because you're in a group, you're fighting stuff that's difficult, and if they punch you real good while you're sitting, it hurts pretty bad when you're a paper thin like wizard or enchanter or something. So, yeah, now you're going to cause the healer to have to heal them. Like, you're screwing up the whole group by doing that, so quit doing that. But yeah, my two examples would be the Northern Row guards. I'm trying to meditate in between killing the guards, and then here comes a level 1 wolf biting my butt cheek while I'm sitting. Or, you know, and you can hide, you can go and viz, you can do stuff to kind of fix that, but sometimes it's a skeleton and you can't. And sometimes it's a mixture of undead and dead. It's like undead and live stuff. So how are you supposed to deal with that? So sometimes it's unavoidable and stuff's going to bite you if you're sitting. And I don't like that. I think it should be like a level range thing. And I think poolers should think about it too. Like, that'd be the two fixes. So if something's more than like 20 levels below you, it shouldn't attack you while you're sitting. And that might be a thing, but I feel like I was getting attacked all the time in Northern Row, and that's right outside of Freeport. So it didn't seem to work there. And then if somebody's pulling, please don't pull near people that are sitting meditating. Like, pull somewhere else. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, fifth, number 5. Let me get a couple more buffs on here. I want to show you a couple kills at least. What do we need? Dex. Let me get like 2 buffs on, then I'll go to number 5. I should probably have been buffing up my pet too, but I guess I won't. You know, he won't have to do as much damage, and won't have to worry about him stealing my kills. And normally I'd probably buff him up, but I'm just gonna buff myself up. I'll be the tank. I'll be the tank. Let me give myself strength here. Did I do that? Are you kidding me? What a dummy. I sat before the spell went off. I think. Oh no, I got it. Never mind. That was like right on time, huh? Set right at the right time. Charisma? Do I need charisma? Probably not, huh? Guardian spirit? No, that's my pet. Stamina? I'll take stamina, I guess. All right, number 5 is hard enemies in low-level zones. Now, this one I'm not super agreeing to. I did have my problems with the unicorn in Lesser Fate Arc, and I made a whole video about how, but I thought that was broken. I don't think that's working as intended. I don't think that unicorn is supposed to go over the entire zone, killing everybody in the zone. And I don't think it's supposed to be up 24/7. So, all I was saying, well, I just cast a redundant spell there. I was just saying with that one that I think it's broken and it needs to be fixed a little bit. I wasn't saying like I want it totally removed. I just think it's weird that it goes around the whole zone almost, and it's just killing everything in the zone. Like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. I don't think it's supposed to be up 24/7 killing everything in the zone. I think it was supposed to be up like sometimes as a rare spawn and then go on a set path. And like if you go through its path, if you happen to go through its path, yeah, it'll attack you, but I don't think it was working correctly, basically. So, all right, we got guardian. So you know I'm a shaman. I got to buff up. Another example would be like the some of the giants in Oasis, or like Sergeant dude in Eastern Commons when you're just trying to freaking auction some stuff off and he attacks you when you're going from like Nectalis to the tunnel, which isn't that bad. Like this one I'm not like super. This was one from Faceless one too. But yeah, the unicorn really got on my nerves, but I thought that was broken. You got like griffins and giants, but I kind of like that. I honestly kind of like that. I like that there's a mixture of like super high level things and then stuff your level and then low level things. That way you can never be comfortable. You kind of have to like keep your head on a swivel, you know? I kind of actually like that. But I could see how some people would hate it, that you're in like a level, you're in a zone where it's supposed to be stuff for like levels 5 to 15, and then all of a sudden here comes a level 60 just killing everybody. Like, yeah, I understand that one. So I'm gonna put it on the list. I don't totally agree with it, but I had my own example of the unicorn, which was kind of crazy. All right, number 6, another one from Faceless one here, market gouging. So I guess that's with the auction system, with people like taking advantage of the market. Maybe like if they have something, I guess super rare, they would up the price like super high. Um, anything like that where people are taking advantage of prices and gouging people in the marketplace. I don't really have much to say about that one. That one's not mine, but something like that. People in the marketplace doing stuff like that, like market gouging, like like charging way too much for certain things, or buying up everything of one thing and then they can like charge whatever they want for it, and just things like that would probably be what he means there. I should have asked for clarification, but I haven't really experienced it too much. um I wanted to try that myself, like buy something low that everybody wants and then sell it high and just like kind of flip stuff for plat. I thought that'd be kind of fun, but I never got around to it. It seemed like it would take a long time. You'd have to be on the game quite a bit to do that one. Like 15 minutes. I haven't killed anything yet. This is my shaman. This is my shaman for you. 15 minutes hasn't killed anything yet. What do I need for this slot? Okay, we're probably good now. We could probably do a fight. Let's do one more of these. Or no, I gotta sit for a second. Let me canny dance. Gotta look for a tick. Tick, tick, tick. Or no, wait. It's where's my canny dance button? Somewhere. Dance. Here we go. Yeah. I remember this. I haven't played this guy in quite a while. So you like do this, you wait for a tick. You kind of wait a beat after the tick because sometimes it'll go back. So you kind of do that, wait for a tick, kind of wait. You got to wait for like the real tick. Dang it, I'm not doing it good. Okay, boop. You got to get 6 seconds sitting. You kind of catch that server tick. See, it says 60%. Boom, sit. We need 62. Boom, sit. We got 65. Boom. Sit. We got 68. Boom. Sit. So we got 70. Boom. Go. Alright, dancing. I'm gonna make it even, then we'll med for a second while I give you a couple more of those, and then if you're not sure with your candy dancing, you could sit for an extra tick if you want. That works for sure. Like it could sit till 77. It's not as effective, but it's like 100%. You're making sure you're getting it. But see how long I have to sit here? It's like an extra 6 seconds, so yeah. Not the greatest. You kind of just want one tick. But let's sit, let's meditate for a minute while I go over the next one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, number 7 is how much time everything takes in the game. I don't mind this so much, but it's some of the things like when you're not fighting, you're not like you're looking for a camp, or you're trying your LFG, you're looking for a group, or you're trying to sell something in the tunnel and it just takes forever. Running from one place to the other, taking forever sometimes. And the mic's doing the every 20-minute thing, so I guess I'm at the 20-minute mark. how much time certain things take. I don't care that it takes a long time to get a certain level. I don't care that it takes a long time sitting there camping something and going for a certain rare item. I don't care about any of that. I just think it takes these days in this game right now, it takes a long time sometimes to find a new camp or to find an open camp or to get into a group. Like you get onto the game, you want to play the game. You don't want to sit there and just look for things and switch camps 50 times and join a group, it falls apart, join a group, it falls apart. That's not fun. Nobody thinks that's fun. So I know some people don't like running, like how it takes so long to go from one place to the other. I don't mind that so much. I don't mind waiting on boats, even though that does take a little bit too long, and I'm a little bit annoyed by that too. So I guess boats would be part of this one. Waiting on the freaking boat for 30 minutes. Like, why's it got to be 30 minutes? Like, that's no one likes that part. Why's it got to be 30 minutes you're waiting on the boat? That's pretty crazy. All right, I forget how to fight. We got to slow him. All right, we'll slow him, then we'll send the pet in. Greater Spurbone here. Oh, he's green. Usually they're blue. I guess I'll root him. Or no, I'm gonna fight him. Let's just fight him. He's rooted too. All right, we got to get all our stuff on him. I can get to a different view if you want. That's not working too good. Venom Bolt. Got Plague. Just got all my dots. Am I not attacking? No, I'm attacking. Alright. Venom of the Snake. You can stack these too. I've tried it on myself. Most of the time this guy is blue. Just sometimes they'll be green. And when they're green, you can get some of your mana back, you know? That's no big deal. Let's see if I can get you a different view here. There we go, cinematic. Oh yeah, cinematic. Cinemax. Let's kill this boy. Alright, he's dead. Still got experience, I'm telling you. It's a decent little camp for... Like, it's super chill. You're not going to get, like, tons of experience. And it's almost way too chill for this level. So, not you. Me. Me sit. Alright. Anyway. What's next? So how much time it takes, I'm not, like, married to that one. But, you know, waiting for the boat. Waiting to get into a group. Waiting to sell something. Waiting to find a camp that works. Alright. Number 8. Group members doing nothing / AFK is something I hate. So you have like a mage or a wizard in your group, and you're like wondering, are they doing anything? Like, you're typing to somebody else in the group, like talking about Becky behind her back. Like, oh my God, did you hear what Becky did? I don't know why I keep doing that lately. If you've been watching my Gems of War, which you probably haven't, but oh my God, Becky, did you hear about what Becky did? But that's me doing that. Like, hey, have you seen? I'm typing to somebody else in the group. You know, just doing like a private message, like a tell. I'm like, hey, have you seen that mage do anything like, in the last 20 minutes? Have you seen that mage do anything? And the guy, like, messaged you back, like, I think I saw his pet, like, run out there a couple times. I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen this pet do anything. So, you know, just keep your eye on him. Let's see if is he AFK? Is he on the toilet? Is he just soaking up experience here? Like, what's this guy doing? You know, and then, like, maybe somebody sends you a message in a different group. Have you seen that wizard cast one time? Like, I've seen him get up and, like, loot a couple times, but have you seen him cast at all? I'm like, you know, wizards, sometimes they gotta, like, shoot one spell every fight or every other fight. You know, you gotta keep that in mind with wizards. He's like, yeah, but I haven't seen him do anything. I'm like, all right, I'll keep my eye on him. You know, people like that. I hate people that just sit there and do nothing and they soak up experience. That's why I'm not a big grouper. You see me soloing most of the time. Because, you know, other people sometimes aren't the greatest. And, you know, you get a good group. And most of them will be cool. But you have that one guy in the group that's just sitting there doing nothing. It's usually like a mage or a wizard, it seems to be. Because they can claim they're meditating. And, you know, a healer has to heal, or else you will notice. An enchanter has to, like, mez, or else you're going to notice. But like a mage or a wizard, like they could like do nothing and you wouldn't even notice. Or like if you have 2 healers in your group and one person's healing and the other one's just kind of like the backup healer, and then they just kind of do nothing because they're just the that's their job now. They're just the backup healer, and they don't take the the initiative to like get a direct damage spell out or start buffing or something. They just kind of sit there and wait till they need to be the backup healer because that's what you told them to do, or the backup tank or something like. Well, I guess they would get up, but it's mostly those people. It's either a mage or a wizard or like a backup healer, and they're just sitting there soaking up experience doing nothing. And you're typing to Becky about how, hey, have you seen them do anything today? And they're like, maybe, I don't know. I'll keep my eye on them. All right, so some of these might start triggering you as we get further into the list. Number 9. I don't like WoW players in EverQuest. You know, I love WoW. It's one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. Sometimes you'll hear me talking crap about it when I'm making an EverQuest video, but one of these days I might play WoW Classic on this channel, so look out for that. Probably no time soon, but I love that game. I always got to say, I had a level 60 Dwarf Priest, I had tier 2 Blackwing Layer, and I quit before like the next expansions came out and stuff. So I was like at the tippy top of the game at one point, right when it came out, classic, vanilla, whatever you want to call it. I played Blackwing Layer, got tier 2, some of it. I didn't get all of it. I got like a couple pieces. Went raiding, you know, Molten Core, Blackwing Layer, all that stuff, dragons, all that good stuff. And so I love that game, but not as much as EverQuest. So when people come from WoW to EverQuest these days, they want to do the thing where they're like running around killing stuff all the time, and they don't think about how the casters have to meditate and get mana back. Because that's not how it works in WoW. I think you can just chug a mana potion or something, like smash a beer over your head. And you can just keep running. Like in instances, you would start at the beginning of an instance and you would run through the entire dungeon and get to the end of the dungeon. That's not how it works in EverQuest. There are camps. You sit in one spot and somebody pulls to the camp because there are people that need to sit almost the entire time. So they can't be running around like a chicken with their head cut off, you know, chasing after you the entire time because they need to sit down and get mana. So I know it's people like that come from WoW to EverQuest and then they play like a ranger or a rogue or a monk or a warrior. They don't play a caster. They play some sort of like crazy chicken with their head cut off dude. And they're running from spot to spot to spot to spot. And they never give like the caster a chance to like sit down and meditate. They want them to follow them around. They want their healer to follow them around. They want their enchanter to follow them around and never sit. They want them to run after them while they go from spot to spot to spot to spot. Which I experienced, I think, in the Yeti caves one time. Like, they wanted me to go from Yeti to Yeti to Yeti to Yeti to Yeti. And that's like level 30 something. We're not talking about level 10 or 20 or 5. We're talking about level 30s doing this. So they still haven't learned how to play the game yet. You're supposed to pull to your healer, your casters, the people that need to sit and meditate, so they can sit and meditate like 90% of the time. They can't afford to run around with you from mob to mob to mob to mob. You need to learn how to pull to the group. So that's the main thing I see with WoW players, is them running around like a chicken with their head cut off and they want everybody to follow them. But also just like, I don't know. We'll talk about one of the other things a little bit later. All right, let's kill this dude. Let's get a couple kills in. I don't even know if I need to root, but I'm going to. See if this guy's an actual blue. I turn my auto attack off. Now I've got a green again. That's weird. I swear I get some blues sometimes. Venom Bolt. Venomed Bolt. Plague. Probably don't need to cast all these spells. Like, I'm not going to cast my debuff this time because it's a freaking green. But I'll do all my dots. My spear has a proc on it. Does a stun, which is pretty cool, I think. Get you a better view here. There it is. Went off right there. Stunned him. Alright, I don't even need to look at this fight. He's green. Okay, so the next one we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10! Number 10. Things I hate about EverQuest. Glitched out boats or elevators that kill you. What's up with that? That's kind of like your body going under the ground. Like stuff that shouldn't happen but still happens. And I guess you could probably petition and maybe get like a GM to, like, you could explain the situation. I bet you they would help you out. But whenever that crap happens, it's annoying. I hate it. I wish it wouldn't happen. So, like, let's say you're in Kelethin and you're getting on the elevator just to go up and sell, or go up and see your guild leader, or go up and visit the bank, and you did nothing wrong. All you did was get onto an elevator. And it's not like it's going up and you're trying to get it on it too late. You get on it, you hit the switch, and then it goes up. So I'm standing right in the middle of the elevator. I hit the switch for it to go up. Okay, I'm halfway up, and then all of a sudden I'm falling to the ground and I'm dead. Like, what's up with that crap? I hate when that happens. Or you're riding on the boat, and the boat zones to the next zone, and then all of a sudden you're swimming. Like, I know that's probably like lag or the server or whatever, but when stuff like that happens, I hate it, and it's annoying, and I wish it would never happen. So whatever we got to do to fix those things would be nice. The deaths where you're drowning in the water when you're just riding a boat, or you're falling to your death when you're just riding an elevator properly. Like, I hate when that happens. So, pretty short one there. I'm sure everybody hates that. And I'm sure people are going to say it's the server and my internet or whatever. But it is what it is. All right. Number 11. I think everybody hates this one. Number 11 is trains. Especially when people pool, like they don't shout it out to the zone, or they just keep doing it back to back to back to back. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, imagine you're in Hag Tower in Unrest, and you're trying to break it or something. You're up there. You're trying to break the Hag Tower for some reason. Whoever you are, you're an enchanter. You're up there in Hag Tower, and there's the main room. There's fireplace. They're both camped. There's people like pulling to the zone line, or there's people in the yard, or going to the yard, or people at the zone line. There's people in main room. There's people in fireplace, and you decide you're trying to fight the hags, and you can't. You're trying to break it. You're trying to break it, so you have to. You jump out the window. You hoof it to the zone line, but now you got like two hags on you, and guess what? They're not gonna jump out the window after you. They're going to run through fireplace, through the main room, through everybody that's going in the front door, through everybody that's sitting there at the zone line, and chase you all the way to the zone line. So along the way, they might peel off and start killing the main room group, or killing the fireplace group, or killing the little noobs at the zone line. And that's your fault. You should hopefully you said something like super early, like before you jumped out the window, like hags to zone. So they can at least be prepared for it. Like, they're sitting in the main room, they know. Like, sometimes extra stuff's gonna come through because they're right in the road. So sometimes that's gonna happen there. Fireplace, a little bit less, but yeah, sometimes it's gonna happen. If you're like sitting at the zone line in Unrest, then you know it's gonna happen. But you should get some warning at least. I hate when people like don't warn you at all, and they do a train and they don't warn you at all, and then they do it again, and like every single time, like they're breaking their camp by killing people, killing other players with trains. It's like, you're so selfish. You're one person. You're one person, and you're gonna kill like 12 people while you're breaking your camp. Like, at least shout it out or tell everybody what you're doing so they can at least be prepared. Because maybe that main room could handle one hag if they're not already fighting 3 ghouls. Maybe the fireplace could handle one hag and help you out if they're not already fighting like 4 things, and they're fighting the hand with like 2 werewolves and a tentacle terror or something weird. I don't know why they would be fighting those things, but just imagine they got a big pool. They accidentally pulled a little bit too much, and then here comes your hag, and it starts killing them. Like, give people some notice if you're gonna train the whole zone to the zone line and through every single camp. Like, give them some notice. Like in Lower Guck, if you're in Assassin Supplier and you're gonna train through the bedroom, through the zone line, like, let people know, because some people sit at the zone line, some people sit in the bedroom. Don't train through like 50 camps on your way to the zone and not say one thing. Like, that's annoying. So yes, yell out your trains and yell them out early. Otherwise, eat the death, eat it, because you're gonna kill, especially if you know there's a main room group, there's a fireplace group, you got 3 hags on you. Like, you eat the death. Why are you gonna kill 12 people just to survive? It's not supposed to be like that. Next thing, kiting. So I like the idea of kiting. There's wizards out there, there's druids out there, there's bards out there. I think most people, the bards are the most notorious, and why a lot of people don't like bards. Like, I'm the type of dude, I don't like druids, but if you're not like me and you don't hate druids, you probably hate bards, because they're taking every mob in the zone and doing this big train of kiting the whole zone, swarm kiting. So that's one thing. They're like taking all the mobs, so you have nothing to kill. Number two, if they run over you while they're swarm kiting, some of the stuff might hit you and kill you. They're just not very like aware of their surroundings. They're like really aware of their own surroundings because they're really good at it, and I think it's cool and it's very skillful. But I think it should be used sparingly in like deserted zones where no one else is, because you can affect other people like that too. You can be taking every single mob in the zone so no one else has anything to kill, or you could be killing people because you're just running around like a chicken with your head cut off again, and you don't realize that your big train of swarm kited enemies are running over other people and killing them while they're sitting or something like that. So just be aware of what you're doing, like how many people are in the zone, where they're at, what they're doing, when you're going to do that, when you're going to kite, because kiting is cool and it's skillful and I think it's awesome, but also, you're not the main character of the world, so, keep other people in mind while you're doing it and kind of do it, just think of other people while you do it, basically, is all I'm asking. If you take every mob in the zone, like, and you were there first, that's fine. But if you're running over people with your swarm kiting and killing people sitting, then that's not cool. All right, quests is the next one. 13, number 13, quests. I think quests could be way better in this game. I think it's called EverQuest, and the quests aren't very good. So, I don't know. WoW is known mostly for quests, and I think that's way too overboard to the other way, the other side of the spectrum. Like, you can just do quests all the way to max level by yourself, solo, and it's super easy in WoW. But then EverQuest, it's like there's not enough quests, and they're super like hard to understand, and you got to type the exact right word to get the. It's not very obvious what you're supposed to do half the time. You got to look it up on the internet. Like, it's cool and it's not cool, and there should be a little bit more quests, and they should be a little bit easier to understand. I think there should be like one quest per level or something that'll give you like a good chunk of experience, like a half a bub or something like that. And it should be able to be done solo. It would be cool. So, like, 60 quests for each, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a little bit more quests that are a little bit more, just understandable. I'm not coming up with words today. I need to get my thesaurus out. But, just better quests in the game would be great. Right now, the way that they're confusing. There's not very many of them. And when there is one, you need an entire group to go kill 55 things in 55 different zones. And it's just not fun. So, definitely not like WoW. I think that's baby Lego game. But, what we have right now is just nothing. It's pretty much nothing. So, can we have something? That'd be great. I know there's bone chip quests and mail quests and turn in the Null Fang quest, and there's quests, but most of them are very low level, and just that's about it. And we know there's crush bone belts and Null Fangs and bone chips, like I just said. There's those. There's mail quest. There's those. But then once you get to a certain level, you're not looking for quests anymore, and don't tell me that you are. And if you are, it's like you're epic, and that's it. So you have a bunch of like tiny quests at the beginning of the game. It's like they thought about it for a second, and then they gave up on it, and then they remembered it when you're at the end of the game. That's how quests feel to me. Like, there's a bunch of them when you're level 10, or 5, or 15, and then there's nothing from like 20 to 50, and then they start, oh yeah, you're epic. Here's your epic. Get some faction for Shardock and Droga. Like, there's a couple of them. But they forget that whole middle chunk of the game. Like, from level 20 to 50, there's like nothing. So, unless they're, I don't know. But, hey, I don't recognize too many. Let's do another fight before I do the last two here. Get 'em, boy! Can we have a blue? Jeez! Why can't we have any blues in this video? I'm just going to show a bunch of greens like I'm a wiener. I guess I don't need to even root or anything. Probably don't even need to do very many dots, for real. But we'll dot them up. We'll dot them up. Hopefully y'all can hear the game. Did I have the game turned off the whole time? Hopefully you can hear me. Yep, I had it. Freak. Didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Well, at least halfway through you got to hear it. I don't know. Sorry about that. Might even have... Well, crap, I paused the video and I don't know where I was. So did I say camp stealing, camp etiquette? I think I did. If I didn't, you know what I think about that. The people stealing the 11th Freeport Guard when you're killing number one and you're going to kill them all anyway, and they're just like running through big stinky ogre. Hopefully I said all that part. Um, if I didn't, camp stealing, camp etiquette was number 14. Number 15 was power leveling. Um, I had to pause it because the mic died or something. I'm sorry. Power leveling was number 15. This is the one I think was going to like trigger some people. I think it's not good for the person being power leveled. They're not going to be good at the game. They're going to be horrible. They don't get to fight through the game one level at a time and figure out their spells and figure out their class and be in groups and be solo and do things on their own. They're going their buddy who's level 30. Well, I understand, I get it, and I know sometimes it's warranted. Like 5% of the time, it's warranted. You need a cleric to resurrect. You need a wizard to teleport. You need a druid to teleport for your guild or something. So you're gonna power level a cleric, so you have somebody to resurrect. Like I get those things, but your buddy, I'm level 30. My buddy's just starting the game, and you want to power level him so he can be level 32. Well, he's gonna suck. He's gonna suck so bad if you power level him the whole time until level 30. He's gonna be horrible. And so that all that time you're wasting power leveling him, and then you guys start fighting together, and in the back of your head, you're like, man, he sucks. He sucks. And in the back of his head, he's like, man, I suck, and I'm dying, and I can't do anything without this dude here, and I hate this game. That's how it's going to go most of the time, I bet you. Because they didn't have to fight through all those levels and get better at their class, and know their spells, and know the dungeon and know how to solo and how to be in a group and what their role is and all that stuff. They know nothing because all they did was join their level 30 buddy, their level 60 buddy, their level 50 buddy, get a damage shield, feign death, whatever power level, and now they're horrible. And it's going to be a complete waste of time, I'm telling you. You're better off like restarting. Your buddy wants to play the game, start yourself a level 1 and start together. And let him fight let him learn his class. Don't try to power level him to your main character's level. Start an alt and play with your friend and let them get better at the game and learn the game so they actually like the game. If you're level 35 and you're trying to power level a level 1 so they can then group with you because you're too lazy to restart and be and have an alt, your buddy's going to be horrible. They're going to be horrible at the game. So you better make them like a class that's very easy to play at least. That would be my advice. Do some class that's super easy to play because they're going to be horrible at the game because you're just holding their hand, tweaking their nipples, playing with their ball sack for them to level up, and it's real pussy. So let them fight through the game, play the game. It's supposed to be a hard game. You're not supposed to power level. Damage shield and feign death and all that. It's wiener. Plus people come into the dungeon, like say you're power leveling your buddy, you're in a dungeon, people that actually want to do that dungeon that are like, let's say it's a level 20 dungeon and you're a level 60 and you're power leveling some like level 13 or something, and then people come into the zone and they actually want to play properly, but you're killing the entire zone for your buddy so he can level and get to your level. Like, that's not cool. That's not fair. Those people are going to hate you. You're killing everything in the zone for one guy that's going to quit the game in like a month. Like, wasting everybody else's time. You're wasting your own time, too. You're wasting the time power leveling him. You're going to waste the time playing with him. You're both going to think he sucks, and then you're going to quit playing together. And he's going to quit the game and hate it, because he's going to suck at it. So, power leveling, I think, is horrible. I hate it. I hate to see it. I hate when people are doing it. I hate it. I don't want to be power leveled. Like, there's some situations where somebody will cast a buff on me. That's not exactly power leveling. I don't even really like that much, but I'll take it if I don't ask for it. Like, something, you ask for clarity, you ask for so. But somebody like buffs me up with level 60 cleric buffs. Like, I'm not like asking for it, but if they just do it all of a sudden, I'm not gonna like click them off. But I'm not gonna take like a level 60 damage shield and have somebody heal me or feign death. I'm not gonna do that kind of power leveling where it's like specifically making, like, doing nothing so you can gain experience and get levels. If somebody just happens to be nice and runs by and gives me buffs, that's one thing. But if I'm with the dude that's specifically power leveling me, I don't like that. And I don't like seeing it either. And it's annoying. And then, some people love it, though. They'll come into a zone, somebody's power leveling somebody in Crush Bone, and they're like, yay, let me join up too so I can get power leveled. Well, you're going to suck a little bit more. you're going to suck a little bit more because you didn't play through that level or whatever. So, I don't know. I just hate power leveling. And I don't know how long I was muted there or what. So, I hope I talked about camp stealing and etiquette. But yeah, my 15 things I hate were losing your body, people forever camping something, weird alliances you don't think about, everything attacks you while you sit, hard enemies in low-level zones, market gouging, how much time some things take, group members doing nothing or AFK, WoW players trying to play this game running around with the chicken with their head cut off, glitched out boats or elevators falling to your death through an elevator, you did nothing wrong, trains where people don't call them out, they don't care about anybody, they're just running trains through every single camp in the zone, kiting, bard swarm kiting, wizards kiting, druids kiting when they're not thinking about other people and they're just getting people killed, being annoying. Quests, I wish they were better. There's a lot of quests at the beginning of the game. There's like one big quest at the end of the game, but there's nothing in the entire middle. Camp stealing, camp etiquette. I hate when people do that kind of stuff. Gaslighting, stealing stuff, not talking, not asking, assuming. And then power leveling, I hate with a passion. I think it makes everybody worse at the game. And I think it's a big waste of time most of the time. But yeah, that's it. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Here, get about the channel comment below. I hope it turned out okay. I had it muted. I had the sound off. I'm an idiot. So it is what it is. Have a good one. You're the best. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing. We're about to hit 3 million channel views. You guys might do it right here. You guys have been helping a lot with the EverQuest. It's probably the best thing I got going right now is the EverQuest. Like, it's actually not going down. We've been doing good lately, so, please consider subscribing, especially if you made it this far through in the video. I'd really love to get to 8K subscribers one day. I know I'm never going to get to 10K, but it'd be cool to get to 8K since I'm actually kind of close. 3 million channel views. We only need a couple more thousand views, so I'm almost there. So that'd be great if you could go watch some other playlists. I have a bunch of EverQuest playlists. Entire Necro going from 0 to 60. This entire Shaman going from 0 to 54. I got an Enchanter going from 0 to 36. I have starting a series with Shadow Knight, a Cleric, a Wizard, a Bard, all kinds of stuff on this channel. So go just look for the playlists. I know you see Gems of War everywhere, but there are several very long playlists of EverQuest with very long videos in each one of them. Lots and lots of hours of EverQuest on this channel. So go check it out. Run them up. Let's get to that 3 million channel views. We should get there in a week or so, but let's get there a little bit faster. Let's get to